What is up, you geezer bloke tie geezers? It is Chris Marder9 here. So Chelsea have started their FA Cup defence with a 2-0 victory over Nottingham Forest in the FA Cup third round. This game had pretty much everything. We had 2 goals from Alvaro Morata. Yes, I said Alvaro Morata. 2 goals to his name. And 2 assists from Callum Hudson-Odoi. Yeah, do not sell him, whatever you do. And CESC'S Fabregas, despite missing a penalty, was playing his final game in a Chelsea shirt. So, yeah, this game pretty much had quite a few bits and pieces to talk about. First half, though, probably one of the most boring first halves I've ever seen. I mean, it was just pretty much a rinse and repeat of the Southampton game at home. I mean, there was nothing different about it in any stretch of the imagination. Same old passing to the left, passing to the right, no end product. All the rest of that. Second half kind of like picked up a little bit, with all of the obviously the goals that were scored by Morata. I can't believe I'm saying 2 goals by Morata. Wow. Did I really just say that? Am I dreaming? But there is one specific player on that pitch today that, if he hadn't have positioned those assists well, obviously Morata wouldn't have scored those 2 goals. Callum Hudson-Odoi. I'll tell you something. There's an interesting stat that I found quite recently on Twitter. It said, Willian has made 37 appearances and made 4 assists. Hudson-Odoi has played 60 minutes for Chelsea and has already got 2 assists. So what does that tell you about Hudson-Odoi? What does that tell you about Willian? Willian has to be dropped. Hudson-Odoi must not go to Bayern Munich. Do you hear me? 40 million. I don't care what Bayern Munich offer. A player, 40 million. I don't care. Keep Hudson-Odoi. He is an extremely talented player and he needs to play more games. And I think what Chelsea need to do is we need to tie him down to a contract. Give him what he wants. If he wants a pay rise, give him a goddamn pay rise. And if he wants to play games, give him games. Please, please. Do not let him go to Bayern Munich. Do you hear me? Please, realise the talent that you've got at this club before taking action, okay? I mean, Gianfranco Zola coming out and confirming that, Bayern Munich have made an interest in Hudson-Odoi, but that doesn't mean to say that we have to respond to that in a way that benefits them. We need to respond in a way that benefits us, because we have the player. We are entitled to do what we want with him, right? So, yes, if Hudson-Odoi says he wants to play, give him games. Play him. He has done more in one game than Willian has done in a string of games. What does that tell you? But anyway, I'm basing this video too much on Hudson-Odoi. Anyway, he had a fantastic game. 2 assists for him. With Morata getting 2 goals as well. I mean, it was a strange game. Really strange game. First half, though, completely flat. There was just nothing going forward at all. It was just a passing game. We couldn't get the ball in the final third. And I think Maurizio Sarri, said that they played a fantastic game in terms of 80% of it against Southampton. It's just that final 20% up front they need to work on. And it didn't come to fruition in the first half at all. Obviously, the passing game was obviously there and there was no end product. There were the few times that we could have threatened them. I mean, Fabregas... he missed a penalty. That was a bit frustrating. I mean, yes, it was his final game, but Fabregas, come on, that was a poor penalty. And then, of course, Loftus-Cheek had to come off because of a recurring back injury. And, well, I don't know if you saw him when he came off. He looked like he was going to burst out crying. I mean, I feel sorry for him, man. He's worked so hard to get into this team. The one opportunity he has to impress Sarri, and, well, he comes off with a back injury. And, well, I mean, I really feel sorry for him. I really hope that he comes back to full fitness because this is something he doesn't deserve. He's worked too hard. And, for this to happen to him, it's heartbreaking for him, man. But, I mean, like I said, football is football. I mean, sometimes you just got to, sacrifice everything to get into the first team. And, credit to the guy. I mean, he deserves to play more games. He works a lot more harder than a lot of the players at Chelsea. So for him to go out the way he did, I feel sorry for him. But, it is what it is. Certain players didn't perform very well. Let's just talk about Ross Barkley. Now, I said in the Southampton video, I said that he didn't do anything productive, didn't do anything interesting. Same again here. I mean, give me one thing that Barkley did in that game that warrants anything interesting besides giving the ball away every time he got the ball. Like, as soon as he had the ball, he either misplaced a pass, he gave it away completely, or, well, there was this one-touch passing he was doing, but doesn't really mean anything if you're not threatening the goal, right? But yeah, Barkley didn't have a great game. You know, he was not fantastic at all. I didn't really like the way he played. Ampadu, very, very solid game. I think he defended very well. He read every pass. But to be honest with you, though, I mean, Nottingham Forest didn't really do very much. I think they had 4 or 5 chances. The only thing they did pretty well was the support. I mean, the fans completely outsung us at Stamford Bridge. I mean, that's what's been going on pretty much all the time. The away fans just pretty much outsing us all the time. I don't know what is going on with the support at Stamford Bridge. I don't know if we've kind of been restricted to the amount of support we give. I mean, that can't possibly be true, right? I mean, God. Nottingham Forest just rarely threatened, really. They only had a few chances, and they were hardly threatening to Caballero, let's be honest. But, I mean, we had the majority of the possession. We had the majority of the shots. Shots on target were a little bit lower than the shots that we had on goal. It was a pretty much comfortable game, in all fairness. I mean, if you count out the absolute atrocity that was the first half, we got some goals from Morata. I mean, Morata didn't do too well up until those goals. I mean, mentally, he's still not there. I still think that despite the 2 goals today, I think he still needs to go out on loan to sort of revitalise his form somewhat. I mean, he just doesn't have it. He's just... Even though he tries his absolute hardest, he just doesn't have it. And, I still think he has to go on loan, to regain some of his confidence back. I mean, if you score 2 goals, I mean, that's a lot of confidence for you, right? But this is what we were saying when he scored goals previously. And then you put him in a Premier League game and, he's gone straight back to his mental issues, He has to go to a club on loan to sort of regain some of that mentality. Give him some more positivity, I think that's what he needs mentally. And right now he just doesn't have it. He just doesn't have it at all. But, credit to him for getting the 2 goals. But, it doesn't prove that, you're going to do this consistently. And I think maybe that's why he has to go on loan. That's why he has to understand that this is what you need. Because if you continue on the way that you're going, if you keep being played up front and you're not delivering week in, week out, then something's got to be done about it, Something has to be done. That's just the way it goes. But no, overall, I think the 2-0 win is a fair result. The first half wasn't all perfect, but, I will take a 2-0 victory regardless. And yeah, we march on. We go to Wembley Stadium now to play Tottenham Hotspur in the League Cup. God help us, because probably we won't have a striker available. There's been talk of potentially us getting Higuain or Cavani or Callum Wilson or any one of those will do nicely. I mean, maybe Cavani might be getting a bit on the old side. The same can be said about Higuain. Having said that, possibly Callum Wilson would be the better option. But then again, Callum Wilson is 28, isn't he? So these strikers that we're linked with, they're not exactly young, if you know what I mean. But we definitely need a striker. I mean, Peter Crouch said the other day that we need to bring in somebody like, dare I say it, Diego Costa. Yeah, that's right. Peter Crouch actually said we need to re-sign Diego Costa. This is coming from the same person that we could have even been signing a year ago from now. So it's actually quite funny that how things sort of come full circle, if you know what I mean. But anyway, like I said, we march on. We've got to play Spurs in the League Cup. The next Wednesday, I think it is, January the 8th, around about the same time that I've got to watch British Hurricane playing Team Gigante in the Overwatch Contenders. So yeah, that's going to be a lot of fun, having to switch over from the Overwatch Contenders to the EFL Cup semi-final. That'll be interesting. So yes, 2-0 over Nottingham Forest. The draw is happening on Sunday, I think, and yeah, let's guess we'll find out who we're playing in the next round. So, thank you very much for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up. Make sure you check out Chris Modder Games as well. It's a fantastic YouTube channel, great gaming channel. You won't be disappointed if you're a gaming fan. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching. Until the next video, I shall see you later. Hey door, and peace.